What if your wife is still with you, but in her heart, she's already gone? Emotional detachment happens long before a woman physically walks away. It's subtle at first, small changes in the way she looks at you, the way she talks, the way she touches, or doesn't touch, you. And one day, you wake up and realize she's still next to you, but she feels miles away. The truth? Women rarely leave all at once. They withdraw piece by piece, first emotionally, then mentally, and eventually, physically. But here's the worst part. If you don't notice the signs, by the time you wake up to the reality, it may already be too late. In this video, we'll break down 7 red flags that prove her heart is no longer yours, even if she hasn't cheated. If you catch these signs early enough, you may still be able to reignite her passion and stop her from slipping away. But if you ignore them, she might already be planning her escape. Pay close attention because these signs aren't obvious. They're hidden in the smallest details. Sign number 1. She keeps a certain male friend or coworker a secret from you. A woman who is emotionally loyal to you has no reason to hide her male friendships. If she used to casually mention a male friend or coworker, but now avoids bringing him up, pay attention. If she quickly changes the subject when his name comes up, gets defensive when you ask about him, or suddenly starts keeping her social life more private, something is off. She might tell you, you're overreacting, but deep down, you feel it. There's a name she doesn't want you to say. Why? Because emotional attraction starts in the mind, and when a woman gets too close to another man, she protects that connection, even if she isn't physically cheating.
To fix it. Instead of accusing her, become the man she can't help but be drawn to. Attraction isn't controlled, it's felt. When a woman starts pulling away, it means something emotionally compelling is missing. Stop chasing her and start working on yourself. A confident, self-respecting man doesn't beg for attention. He demands it by the way he carries himself. Make her fear losing you instead of the other way around. Sign number 2, she protects her phone more than before. Her phone used to be just a tool. Now, it's a barrier. If she used to leave it lying around but suddenly guards it like a secret vault, that's a red flag. She starts tilting the screen away from you, setting a new passcode, or getting annoyed when you come near it. Maybe she even stops using it in front of you altogether, because she knows if she checks it near you, her body language might give something away. Is she cheating? Maybe not, but she's hiding something. Women don't randomly start acting secretive unless there's something or someone they're protecting.
How to fix it? The wrong move, demanding to see her phone. That puts you in a position of weakness, and even if she's guilty, she'll flip the narrative and call you controlling. Instead, change the energy. Pull back. Stop checking in so much. When you become less available, she'll feel the shift. And if she truly cares about you, she'll notice the distance and start working to pull you back in. Sign number 3. She talks about your marriage in a way that feels different. The way she talks about your relationship reveals more than you think. When a woman is emotionally checked in, she speaks in we statements. We should plan a trip, or we always have fun together. But when she starts to mentally detach, those words subtly disappear. She may start speaking in more individualized terms like, I need more space, or I feel like I've changed a lot. Pay attention to the tone of how she talks about your marriage. Does she sound distant, cautious, neutral? A woman who's still invested in you will talk about your future with excitement. A woman whose heart is drifting will talk about the relationship like an outsider looking in. She may even start comparing it to other relationships, saying things like, do you think all couples stay in love? Or, not everyone is meant to last forever. These are warning signs.
How to fix it. Do not panic or act needy. That will only push her further away. Instead, create mystery. When a woman doesn't know where she stands with a man, it sparks a chemical reaction in her brain that pulls her back in. Start focusing on yourself. Hit the gym, upgrade your style, reconnect with your purpose. Let her feel the difference. A woman is drawn to a man who is hard to replace. Right now, she may think she has you figured out. Prove her wrong. Sign number 4, she no longer reassures you. When you express concern. A woman who is still emotionally invested in you will naturally try to ease your mind when you're feeling insecure. If she senses doubt in your voice, she'll say things like, "Of course I love you," or "You don't have to worry, I'm with you." But when her heart is no longer yours, she stops feeling the need to reassure you. Instead, she brushes off your concerns with vague or dismissive responses. You're overthinking things. Why are you being so insecure? I don't have to explain myself to you. At first, she might fake patience, but over time, she'll become colder, because deep down, she knows the truth. If a woman genuinely wants to stay in a relationship, she will try to calm your fears, not make you feel crazy for having them.
How to fix it. The biggest mistake? Chasing for answers. The more you push, the more she'll pull away. Instead of demanding reassurance, pull back and let her feel the loss of your attention. Stop trying to fix things. Start observing her reactions. If she notices your shift and tries to pull you back in, that's a sign there's still hope. But if she doesn't even react, that's when you know you're losing her. Sign number 5. She starts avoiding eye contact more often, 1,500 characters. They say the eyes never lie. And when a woman is emotionally pulling away, she stops looking at you the same way. Eye contact is a sign of connection, trust, and desire. In the early days of your relationship, she used to gaze into your eyes with warmth and admiration. But now, she avoids locking eyes with you, especially during intimate moments. If she turns away when you try to hold her gaze or stares at her phone instead of engaging with you, it's not an accident. She's disconnecting. Another subtle but telling sign. When she does look at you, her expression feels neutral or forced, like she's just going through the motions. The sparkle, the emotional pull, the depth, it's missing. She might even blink rapidly or look slightly uncomfortable when your eyes meet. Why? Because deep down, she knows she's hiding something. She's battling an internal conflict. Her body knows she's slipping away, but her mind isn't ready to face it.
How to fix it. Instead of begging for her attention, become the man she can't ignore. Women are attracted to presence. A man who carries himself with strength and confidence commands attention without asking for it. Start rebuilding your dominance and leadership in the relationship. Show her what she's at risk of losing. The moment she senses that you're becoming more valuable, her instincts will force her to reevaluate her distance. Sign number 6. She downplays past feelings for exes, but keeps mentioning them. 1,500 characters. A woman who is mentally checked out will often start bringing up her exes more than usual. But here's the tricky part. She won't do it in an obvious way. She won't say, "I miss him," or "I still have feelings for him." Instead, she'll casually drop his name into conversations, compare situations to things he used to do, or mention random memories that seem irrelevant. But when you call her out on it, she'll instantly downplay it. She might say, "Why are you being dramatic? It's just a memory." "Oh, I barely even think about him." You're reading too much into it. If she truly didn't care about her ex, she wouldn't feel the need to bring him up in the first place. The fact that he's still on her mind, even in small, indirect ways, means he still has a place in her thoughts. And if her heart is no longer fully with you, she may be romanticizing parts of her past without realizing it.
How to fix it. Instead of arguing or getting emotional, be direct and unshaken. The moment you show jealousy, she'll double down on her denial. Instead, flip the script. If she brings up an ex, you mention an ex too. If she makes a comparison, you subtly raise your value by showing you have options. The goal isn't revenge. It's to remind her of what she has before she makes the mistake of chasing a past that's long gone. Sign number 7. She no longer values your opinion like she used to. A woman who is mentally and emotionally invested in you will naturally seek your opinion. She'll ask for your advice on big and small decisions, what to wear, what to do about a work problem, or even something as simple as what movie to watch. But when her heart starts drifting away, your opinion starts to matter less. She makes big decisions without consulting you. She stops caring about what you think of her choices. And worst of all, when you do give your input, she dismisses it like it's irrelevant. It may start subtly, like ignoring your suggestions or brushing off your compliments. Over time, she stops turning to you for emotional support altogether. If you say, "That dress looks amazing on you," and she barely reacts, or if she used to get excited when you hyped her up, but now it feels like she couldn't care less, that's a major red flag.
How to fix it? Stop overinvesting. If she's pulling away, chasing her will only lower your value in her eyes. Instead, make yourself the priority. When a woman feels that a man's world revolves around her, she stops valuing him. But when she senses he's his own man, She reawakens to what she stands to lose. Shift your focus to yourself, your goals, your purpose, your growth. When she sees that you're not desperate for her validation, she'll realize what she's risking by pulling away. What this means for you. If you've noticed multiple signs on this list, don't ignore them. When a woman starts emotionally checking out, it doesn't always mean she's physically cheating, but it does mean that something is deeply wrong. Most men wait too long to act. They ignore the warning signs, assume things will fix themselves, and before they know it, she's gone.
The key is not to panic. Instead, reclaim your position as the man she once admired. Women don't drift away from men who command presence, who own their value, and who stay grounded no matter what. If you see her pulling back, you have two choices. You can chase her and push her further away, or you can make her realize what she's losing. So, what's your next move? Drop a comment below if you've experienced these signs before. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more relationship insights, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay strong, stay confident, and never forget your worth.